If the word sales makes you uncomfortable, that discomfort is costing you money right now, like a lot, every single day. Okay. Now, the ability to sell is the single most transferable, highest paid skill on the Planet. And most men avoid learning it because of a misunderstanding about what selling actually is. Okay, and I'm going to fix that for you today. All right. First thing I'll do is I'll kill the myth, the biggest myth about selling. Selling is not manipulation. It's not tricking people or being pushy or being fake. That's actually bad selling. Okay, so real selling is this: you have something that genuinely helps someone, and you are communicating that value clearly enough that they can make a confident decision. That is it. And when you understand that definition, you realize that selling is happening everywhere all the time. The job interview is a sale. Asking someone on a date is a sale. Convincing your friend about where to eat is a sale. Pitching an idea at work is a sale. The man who can communicate value clearly and move people to a decision has an advantage in every single area of life, full stop, point blank, period. Okay. Every income stream requires sales. I don't care what you want to do with your life, sales is in the equation. Want to start a business? You have to sell your product. Want to get investors? You have to sell your vision. Want to get a better job? You have to sell yourself in the interview and then sell your ideas once you're in the room. Want to grow a brand or a channel? You're selling your perspective every time you open your mouth. Okay. The men who say they hate sales are usually the men who are struggling financially, and that's no coincidence. Okay, and who the heck wants to struggle financially? The moment you get good at sales, income becomes a skill problem instead of a luck problem. Okay, and the good thing is skill problems are solvable. All right, so there's hope. And the core of selling is listening. So I need you to put your listening ears on. Here's what nobody tells you about sales. And it's the thing that separates the guys who are great at it from the guys who are just average. And we don't want to be average in sales. The best salespeople are not the best talkers, they are actually the best listeners. And before you sell anything to anyone, you have to understand what they actually want, what they're afraid of, and what stopped them from actually solving their problem already. And when you understand those three things, selling becomes almost automatic because all you're doing is showing them how what you have solves the exact problem they just described to you in their own words. And this is why pushy salespeople fail long term. They're so busy talking, they never find out what the person actually needs. Practice this, okay? In your next conversation, where you're trying to persuade someone of anything, ask more questions than you make statements. You'll be shocked at how much more effective you become. And so, if you learn this now, you will benefit forever. Because here's the compounding effect of learning sales young. Every year you get better at it, your earning potential goes up. All right. Every relationship you build through clear, honest communication gets stronger. Every opportunity you pursue with more confidence because you know how to make a case for yourself. And the guys who learn sales in their 20s aren't just better salespeople, they're better negotiators, better leaders, better communicators across the board. So it bleeds into everything. And here's the practical starting point if you've never formally studied this: learn the basics of needs based selling, understand objection handling, because an objection is almost never a no. It's a request for more information or more confidence. And practice the close, meaning practice actually asking for the decision. Most men are afraid to ask directly what they want. That fear is a habit, and habits can be broken. All right. So you don't have to be a salesman, okay? But you do have to be someone who can sell. Because the man who can clearly communicate value, listen with intention, and move people to a decision confidently, that man does not struggle in business, in relationships, in life. So I need you to start today. So go find one conversation today where you practice asking better questions and making clearer cases for what you want. And that's a rep. Okay. So that's how the muscle gets built. And if this gave you something useful today, okay, we're wrapping up now. If this gave you something useful, I need you to subscribe and share it with someone in their 20s who needs to hear it because we're building men over here. All right. And I'm putting out content every week that's built to give you a real edge. All right. So I'll see you guys next week.